Hi guys, welcome back to Gringa Spanish, episode 3 of the Beginner's Dialogue series. Today we're going to talk about going to the gym. In these beginner dialogue series, I'm going to present you with a common dialogue of a situation that you might encounter and give you some words that are common and that you might need to use in your daily life. Dialogue lessons are really good for hearing complete sentences, just being exposed to words and sentences so you can start to develop an intuition for what you expect to hear and what you want to say when you need to say something. When I was learning Spanish, I listened to dialogue lessons all the time. That was one of the ways I learned a lot. So that's why we're starting with this. So let's go ahead and look at the dialogue. I'm going to read the dialogue all the way through. It's going to sound like a lot at first, but then we're going to go back and break it down, so don't worry. Ricardo. Uf, estoy tan cansado, pero todavía tengo que ir al gimnasio. José. Por eso solo salgo viernes y sábado. No podré hacer mi equipo de fútbol si salgo durante la semana. Ricardo. Bueno, valió la pena. Voy al gimnasio. Hasta luego. Okay, let's go through these and break it down. Ricardo says, oof. Oof means exactly what it sounds like. It's not a word. It just means like, ugh. Oof. Estoy tan cansado. Estoy means I am. The infinitive form of the verb would be estar. Estar means to be. The infinitive form of the verb doesn't tell you who's doing it or when they did it. So to be. Estoy tan cansado. I am so tired. Tan means so. You can use it for anything. So tall, so short, so tired. So tan cansado. Cansado means tired. If you're a woman, then you should say cansada with an A at the end. Spanish, the history of Spanish, you use cansada for women, cansado for men. Pretty much all adjectives have a male version and a female version. Nowadays, with our recognition that gender can be fluid, there's different solutions being suggested, but definitely start with classic Spanish and then you can learn maybe how to cope with some of those situations later on. So, estoy tan cansado. I am so tired. Pero means but. Pero todavía means still. Todavía is a good word. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Todavía means still. Pero todavía tengo que ir. I have to go. So, tengo means I have. So that is conjugated for I of the verb tener, which means to have. So tener means to have, and then tengo means I have. Tengo que means I have to. So this is also really, really useful. You say, I have to do something, you have to do something, I have to do this later. Tengo que means I have to, and then ir means to go. So just like in English, when you say I have to do something, the next verb that you use has to be in the infinitive form. So in English, you say, I have to go to the store. So you say to go. I have to run later. You say to run. You don't say I have I run or I have I ran. You use the infinitive form after you say I have to do something. So, tengo que ir. I have to go al gimnasio. So technically, the full words would be a el gimnasio. Gimnasio means gym, and el gimnasio is the gym. But because it's a el gimnasio, just for ease, and this is completely correct, and it happens all of the time, I would say. I don't think you ever see a el separately when they appear in that order. A el becomes al, to the. Al gimnasio, to the gym. So, estoy tan cansado, pero todavía tengo que ir al gimnasio. Ugh, I'm so tired, but I still have to go to the gym. José says, por eso, solo salgo viernes y sábado. Por eso means that's why, in this case. Por technically means for, eso means this, but together, por eso means that's why. So, por eso, that's why. Solo, only. Solo means only. Salgo means I go out. So salir is the infinitive verb of to go out. So that's the word that you would use to say I'm going to parties. I'm trying to give you guys the words you need, you know? So salir means to go out. So salgo means I go out. So Jose says, por eso solo salgo. That's why I only go out viernes y sábado. Viernes means Friday. Sábado means Saturday. So Jose is saying that's why I only go out Friday and Saturday. Por eso solo salgo viernes y sábado. No podré hacer, I won't be able to do. So podré means I will be able to, but no podré means I won't be able to. Poder means to be able to do something, just like in English. It might sound like that's a verb, really, but it is. In English, you say to be able. So being able is a verb. So no, and that's poder. Poder is the infinitive form of that verb. But podré means it's I form and it's future form. So it's I will be able to. No podré. I won't be able to. You put the no in front of it, it means I won't be able to. No podré hacer. Hacer means to do. So just like in English, you say, I won't be able to, and then the infinitive form, I won't be able to go to the store. I won't be able to do my homework. You say to whatever. Remember, to whatever in English is the infinitive form of the verb. It's the same thing in Spanish. So no podré hacer. I won't be able to do mi equipo de fútbol, my soccer team. So mi means mine, equipo means team. Equipo, team. De fútbol, of soccer. So remember, in Spanish-speaking countries, football, even though it sounds like football in America, we're talking about the sports with the big tall goals in the air at either end of a stadium, and the cheerleaders, and the ball that's like the orange ball. In Spanish-speaking countries, football means soccer. So no podré hacer mi equipo de fútbol. I won't be able to do my soccer team. Si salgo, if I go out. Si means if. It means yes, but in this text, it also means if. Si can mean if. You say if this happens, if this happens. So same word, si. Si salgo durante. Durante means during. La semana means the week. So, no podré hacer mi equipo de fútbol si salgo, if I go out, durante, during, la semana, during the week. So, Ricardo says, bueno, valió la pena. Bueno means good, but it also means well. Just like, well, whatever, well this, well that. So, bueno, valió la pena. Valió means it was worth. So, valer means to be worth. So it doesn't. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But off the top of my head, I'm not sure what the best equal verb in English would be. But valió means it was worth, and then la pena means basically the effort. Valió la pena is pretty much a phrase in and of itself. It was worth it. Valió la pena. You're pretty much always gonna hear those. I'm not going to say always, but 90% of the time you're going to hear that whole phrase as one phrase. You're not going to hear just the pieces of it in ways that will confuse you. So you can easily just learn the phrase and take it home with you. Valió la pena. It was worth it. Or if it wasn't worth it, you say no valió la pena. But Ricardo says it was worth it. So bueno, valió la pena. Well, it was worth it. Voy al gimnasio. Voy means I go. That's ir. Ir, when you conjugate it for me in the present tense, it becomes voy. I know that's really confusing. Most verbs are pretty easy to conjugate and they follow very easy forms. But ir is an irregular verb, and that means it changes a lot in all the different forms. But don't worry about that, because in Spanish, the verbs that are irregular also tend to be the ones that are very, very common. So just by being exposed to them all the time, you're going to start to remember them and get a sense for what you need to say and when. So, voy, I go, al gimnasio, that's a el gimnasio again. but al gimnasio. The A and the L, again, get joined together, al gimnasio. I'm going to the gym. Hasta luego. Hasta luego means see you later. Hasta means, technically hasta means until, and luego means then. But hasta luego is a phrase in and of itself. I'll see you later. Okay, so now that you guys know all the different phrases and all the different words that are happening in this dialogue, let's go ahead and read over it one more time all together so that you can hear the complete sentences, hear all the different words, and remember what they all mean, and start working on your dialogue skills. Ricardo. Estoy tan cansado, pero todavía tengo que ir al gimnasio. José. Por eso solo salgo viernes y sábado. No podré hacer mi equipo de fútbol si salgo durante la semana. Ricardo. Bueno, valió la pena. Voy al gimnasio. Hasta luego. Okay, so we didn't get an opportunity to talk about different types of exercise or different equipment, but that would make the dialogue way too long. This dialogue was a few sentences and it took 10 minutes. So we'll probably have to do more dialogues about the gym later on. Hopefully you guys go to the gym. In Miami, everybody goes to the gym, so when you visit me, make sure you're fit, okay? Alright guys, I'm just kidding. Okay, see you next time.